Keep fighting the good fight. Keep letting your light shine.
Hi guys, this is Noemi. So today I want to talk about divorce. And in no way am I trying to justify divorce. In no way am I trying to say divorce is the best option. I was very anti-divorce, and I never thought that I would end up having a divorce. That's just sort of how things happened. Um, I got married to a man, that I loved very much, and I knew he was moody, but I thought that if you met someone who said they were Christian and someone who said that came from a Christian family, I thought that anybody could make anybody work. I didn't really feel that compatibility was an issue. I'm somebody that likes to laugh and likes to have a good time, and he was ultra serious, and everything I did, I think, kind of annoyed him. Um, so first of all, we had that conflict that he didn't like that I smiled, and he didn't like my personality, I think. But I didn't think that was such a big deal, and I thought, well, we're both adults, we're both Christians, and we're gonna make this work. So I knew he was a bit on the moody side, but I didn't care. Like, I was fine. I could deal with moody. I know moody people, and that's fine. Like, that didn't scare me off. And I said, I know he's moody, but I know that he will never be unfaithful, and that's what was important to me. Is I'm gonna have a man that's faithful to me and faithful to this marriage. And at that time, my sister and I, we were youth pastors at our local church, and we were going. I think my husband and I were married about 3 months, because we got married in May. Well, no, a little bit more. And this conference was in November, maybe. So, I mean, I know for sure it was like less than a year. And my sister and I took, the youth group to a conference in San Antonio, which is about four, or I'm from Texas, and we describe everything based on hours that it takes us to get there. So it's about a 3 to 4 hour drive, depending on how fast you drive, north of us. So he couldn't go, and he stayed behind. And at that point, I don't know why, we always share a phone, and I let him keep our phone, and I said, anyways, I'll be able to call him with my sister's cell phone. So okay, that happened, and we came back like nothing. A week after that, I'm on the phone, and I receive a call from somebody, from a lady. Well, it turns out that as soon as I was gone, he started looking for people online, and I don't know if he met anybody. So that was like the first. That was like the first kind of like eye opener. Like, okay, what is he capable of doing? And throughout our marriage, you know, um, I found out several other things, and he just kept doing it. But I was so adamant that I would not divorce him. And not only was I adamant not to divorce him, like, and this is where I think that I went wrong. And I don't know, I want you guys to tell me what you all think. I would catch him cheating, okay? And I've caught him sometimes, like, seriously. I don't even know how many, like, I lost count of how many of things I found out, and how many ladies I talked to. And I mean, with the internet age and with all those apps, meeting people is crazy. And I read emails, I saw pictures, I talked to lady. Okay, but each of the times that I would catch him, right, and I would bring it to his attention, the first thing he would do is say, "I'm leaving." And I would beg him to stay. I would beg him to stay. And I would say, "No, you can't leave me. You can't leave me. You have to stay. Like, don't leave me, please. Don't leave me. Whatever you don't leave me." And and he would leave anyways. And he would leave for like 2 or 3 months. There was this one time he left for 4 months. And then he would come back like nothing. And then we were good for a period of time. And then he would start cheating again. And I knew when he would start cheating because he would be cold and he was angry and like he didn't want to have anything to do with me. Like he was so full with being with other women that he didn't want to be with me anymore. And I would beg him to stay and I would say, "Please stay with me." And part of it was because I can't divorce. I'm a Christian. I can't divorce this man. So I thought I had to keep, being with him. And every time he would leave, he would break my heart. But he would always come back. And this was my biggest prayer: "Lord, bring him back," or "Lord, change him." And you know, I'm not gonna mention too many details of a lot of the things that he put me through, but the last straw was I'm not much of a cook, okay? I know I'm chubby and everything, but I'm not really much of a cook, but I would cook for him. But I tried to be the best wife that I could be. And I would always watch for what he needed. If he'd be in the bedroom, I would go and say, "Would you like some ice cream?" Or, "Do you want me to bring you an apple?" Or, "What can I do for you?" Like, I tried to be that type of wife. I tried to be the type of wife that would do anything for him. I defended him when everybody else would come after him. Like, I defended him. I defended the marriage. I supported him. I helped him start a business, and he was working with someone, and that person was treating him unfairly and wasn't being unkind. And I said, "Hey, let's start our own. I'll start with you. I'll partner with you." And we did that. So I really was trying my hardest to make things work. So the last straw came when another thing that I used to like doing is I used to like to go like lay my head on his chest area or his shoulder, and he was in the bedroom, and I think I had finished doing something like in the living room, and I went to the bedroom and I went to go do that. And as I leaned my head on his shoulder, he pushed my head off. But he had already started doing something. Well, two things that I knew there was something wrong is that if he was in the living room and I would go with him to the living room, he would get up and go to the bedroom. And if he was in the bedroom and I would go with him to the bedroom, he would come to the living room. Like, he wouldn't want to be where I'm at. Also, he would get texts and he would like make it real obvious, like he was trying to respond, and then like, or if I would get here, he'd put it away like real obvious. So I mean, I started to notice those things, but I was in the mindset like, no, I will endure anything, as long as I don't lose this man, as long as I don't lose this marriage. So so he pushed me away, and that just broke my heart. And I got up from the bedroom, and I have a a small sofa on the corner of my living room. And I went to that sofa and I cried out to God and I said, Lord, it doesn't matter how much I try, Lord. Everything that I do, like nothing's good enough for him. And he just treats me. He treats me, God, like I'm trash, Lord. I said, what do I do? How could we change his mind? How could, I make him see that I really love him and I care about him. God, why does he keep hurting me like this? And at that moment, I just felt this calmness, like a don't worry, like I got you, like it's okay. In that moment, I don't know, just something changed. I had prayed so many times. I had fasted. I had done so many times, but it was the first time that I felt so different, guys. It was like the first time that nothing he did to me from that point hurt anymore. Where before it was hurting, but at that point, like nothing was hurting, and I stopped looking for him. I stopped offering him ice cream. I stopped asking him if he wanted apples. I just kind of kept to myself. If he was in the living room, I would go to the bedroom. If he was in the bedroom, I would go to the living room on my own. I started to do that. And then he started to notice a change in me. And we had two laptops. And one of them was considered his and the other one was mine. And I'm really bad with technology, and I don't know how he would do it, but he would lock mine where I didn't have any internet access. And at that time I didn't work, so I was just home, um, and I wanted to get on Facebook because he had our cell phone too, because at that we were still sharing a phone at that time because of all his infidelities. We went back to only having one cell phone, but he needed it for work, so he had it. So I had no way of getting on Facebook or anything. And I said, well, okay, he locks my laptop. I said, but I wonder if he locked his laptop. And I went to go check, and his laptop had the internet access. So I go into Facebook, and at that time, I mean, not just at that time, like even now, right? You go to Facebook, it's gonna open the user that was using it, right? So that was his laptop, so it brought up his Facebook, and so something happened. As soon as I logged on, it turns out that he was having a conversation with one of his current conquests, and I was watching it live. So that messenger little square popped out, and I think I have a video of it too that I started recording it at that time because I used to do YouTube videos, and I think I recorded it, but I made it private. I didn't put him on blast or anything, but I have it somewhere. And so I started to see everything that they were writing. Yeah, you were so good last night, blah, 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 like a bunch of stuff. And I got her name and everything was based on that. And so, but it was the first time that I heard it, and like it bothered me as far as like, okay, but it didn't hurt me anymore. I don't know if that makes any sense. So he started to notice a change in me, and he was worried, and before he wouldn't allow me to visit with my mom or my sisters, and he controlled me a lot, and he was like, why don't you go visit your mom, or why don't you go hang out with your sisters? I'll give you money. Do you want money to go shopping? He was just being completely not himself. And one day, he's like, "Hey, let's go rent a room at the beach, or let's go to this concert." And I said, "Wait, before you make any plans, I know about." I'm not gonna say that lady's name, but I said it. I said, "I know about blank," and he's like, like trying to play it off like he tried to play off everything, right? And I said, "Yeah, I know about her." And then he got real angry, and then he's like, "I'm leaving," because he would leave. He had left me like 3 or 4 other times before, and he knew that I would beg him to stay. And he said, "I'm leaving," and I didn't say anything. And he said, "I'm leaving." He actually packed his bags, put them by the door. I said, "I'm leaving," and I didn't say anything. He said, "I'm telling you, I'm leaving." And I finally opened my mouth and said, "You know what?" I said, "You can leave, but I'm telling you one thing, this is the last time you will leave me." And he got his bag and he just pushed it towards the wall and he went to the room. And he lived here for 2 weeks. And then one day I heard he had a truck and I had a car. I heard him turn on the truck and then I heard the car. And I said, "What's going on?" Right? But I didn't think anything. I said, "Oh, he's probably moving it or something." So comes to find out that he left. He sold the truck. He took the car. He emptied out our bank account. He sold the equipment we had from our business, which is like a trailer, and we had a sprinkler service system business, and he sold all that stuff. And he left. He moved out of state, and he left me here on my own. Of course, he tried to come back. Um, that was about November 2014, maybe 2013. I don't even remember. And he tried to come back on Valentine's Day, the jumping that year. He sent me some balloons and a few gifts, and he wanted to come back like nothing because he was so used to it. He was used to treating me like I was nothing and getting away with it, and that I would take him back regardless of what he did, But what I found out is that he wouldn't even use protection. He wasn't using protection with any of these ladies. I got to talk to some of them. He was putting my life in danger and risk. I gave him so many chances to change, and he didn't. He had enough grasp of God's word that there should have been a change in him, and there wasn't. So he wanted to come back, but I had already decided that I couldn't take him back. And many people are gonna judge me, and many people have judged me because of that decision of not taking him back. But that's my story, and I stand behind it, and I know the Lord stands behind it too. And it was His love and His peace that actually helped me deal with everything. So I know this video was a little long, but if you are a Christian and you've gone through divorce, tell me about your experience and tell me how you felt. I had a lot of support. One of the things that I was scared of is I thought that I wasn't going to have support. I had the support of my family, but I thought that I wasn't going to have the support of the Christian community. But everybody has stood beside me. And I'll tell you one thing, and I think I'll close with this. So my mom throughout the whole marriage, she was the most supportive mom. And she's still the most supportive mom, to be honest. But she never opened her mouth to say anything bad. And whatever it is I wanted, she stood by it. Like, she didn't impose what she thought was best for me on me. If I said I want to continue with him, she would support me. That's the kind of mom she was. I know that not everybody has that type of mom. If you don't do as they say, they shun you or ostracize you. But she's the type of mom that stands by you. And I don't remember where we were going. I don't know, we were going somewhere. And she had never said anything. And she said, "You know what, Amy? I never told you anything." She says, "But now I feel like I have my daughter back." She said, "That person that you were when you were married to him was not my daughter." She said, "Every time I would see your face, you were in such pain." She says, "But I wouldn't say anything because that's what you wanted." She says, "But now," she's like, "when I see you smile," she's like, "it reminds me of when you were a little girl because you're my little girl." And that just, to me, that was everything. That's the biggest gift I think that I could give my mom, that she could have her daughter back. So anyways, guys, this is my story. If you watched the whole video, thank you. I know it was kind of long. Leave me your messages. If you haven't subscribed, I know it's fairly new channel, but follow me in this journey. I'm going to keep telling you more about my life and more about my experiences. Maybe some hauls too. I love the Dollar Tree. Who knows, right? So it's a channel of a little bit of everything. So bye, guys, and God bless.